introduces video now or before or after, making your editing way more complicated.
Okay. And this is his watch. Now, actually, what's interesting is I'm saying this is my favourite Senator watch, but I actually have no idea who made it. It's a vintage 40s.
And maybe I can find something that maybe a senator would wear.
I see.
So I went with my favourite President Trump.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears, for I come to bury their watches, not to praise them. Bienvenuti, welcome to our Italian version on the road. Let's have a little wrist check. Eliot, what have you got on?
Okay, I'll do it after. So I'm wearing a tank, a little Roma tank.
Ah. Bellissimo.
I'm trying to find an association to Italians now, but let's say, they used to go in tank formations
Eliot.
to attack. I mean, like the soldiers with their shields, like
Turtle.
yeah,
Turtle. Yeah.
tank.
Turtle.
Anyway, so this is a little Roma tank that I have. Very nice. Art Deco style. Sweet. Very cool.
Very cool, mate.
That's it. We're not ready to
On
say.
the wrist.
Just
Very
great.
colourful.
Just cool.
We've seen this already in actually probably the first or second episode. This is my A-top, and although you've grown, that's because you're not comfortable with colour. And when you are comfortable with colour, it's worth buying pieces.
Rather
that
not
just
wear
make
a
you
watch that
smile.
looks like a clown on your wrist.
Yeah.
Well, how funny! How original! Let's cut back to episode 2 when Eliot does the exact same joke. But for those that
Worn
watched
by
the
all the
episode,
Teletubbies.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good actually.
Color aside, what this watch is this is an alternative to Swatch. It's a quartz watch, but that also functions as a world timer as well as a moon phase indicator. And what you need to do is when you switch country, you turn the bezel, and as you turn the bezel around,
That's pretty clever.
It's quite a smart design.
That's
thing,
pretty
to be
clever.
honest.
super simple.
I don't know why
They also
not
do
other
it in.
watches
They
do it.
also do it in more manly colours.
Yeah, it's true. They have like 4 black models and stuff. So if you're interested, but the only problem is that the company's in Abu Dhabi,
Yes.
and to ship it to you is like because there they sell it with basically non-tax, so it's very cheap.
Shipping's more than the
And
watch.
if they send it to you, it's like 3 times the price. So
So when you're next in Abu Dhabi, go and
Text
pick
us.
up one of these watches.
and
cool.
tell us.
So I have a watch actually that Max cannot take the Mickey out of,
Is it a Mickey Mouse?
and that is because it is actually the watch.
I can take
It's the watch
Mickey
that
out of
Max.
Take out a strap. I can,
It's the watch that Max bought me. It is a Time Export, the vintage F1 Formula One. I love that. Really,
Not
really
Formula One.
clever sort of whatever it is, checkered tracking on there. Caliber 25, British-made movement. It's the rally driver. So nice piece of collection. You also bought this for me quite early on in your watchmaking.
I'd
No.
rather look like a clown than colorblind.
Technically, I bought it. I traded it with Max, and then he.
But it was Max who gave it to me. So it's the thought that counts. Then.
Yeah. Okay.
And there we go. So that's my watch. Anything to
Could have picked a
say?
better strap though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Why did you pick a yellow strap for an orange watch?
Because it's complementary. It's on the same colour spectrum
Is it
Which
running?
colour?
of the light colours of yellow and orange.
Does the watch run now?
And it's black, and this gives that rally sort of strip.
No, it's not running. It's not running.
Yeah, well, I've wound it up.
Huh? We
Manual
can't take
wine.
the Mickey. We can always take the Mickey out.
Manual wine, look at this. Oh, look. And it's still working after
Okay,
all
fine.
these years. Fantastic watch. Look, day time as well.
All these years, he gave it to you.
There's
2 years ago.
there's no day on it. It's just date.
So, we are looking in this episode at what a gladiator would wear and what a senator would wear. So let's start with a little bit of fight since we're quite spicy. Let's talk about Gladiator. Eliot, those who are about to die, we salute you.
I went to Max.
Eliot got flashbacks.
Saluted. I got flashbacks. Okay, so I thought, well, actually, there should be a little clip of me talking about what I picked, really. So, introduces video now or before or after, making your editing way more complicated. Okay, so my pick for Gladiator, I was thinking we need something light, something sporty that could be used maybe in the water and not, and maybe potentially to even time things, because we all know the things were timed in those battles. So here's my pick, and let me know what you think. So I'm sticking to that. So as I said, I want to pick something, what a Gladiator would really need. You need something light, easy to wear, maybe waterproof, maybe economical. So I thought something I actually hate is the Breitling Endurance.
Ooh. Eliot.
Breitling Endurance. Yeah, but if you think of a Gladiator, right? He's got huge heavy weaponry, a lot of armor. He doesn't need a metal big chunky watch on his wrist. He needs something light that he can move around that's not hindering his movements. So I thought something like this is incredibly light. They use the materials by light. Is
Their own,
trademark.
yeah, their own thing.
Their own thing. It's like 3.5 times lighter than titanium, which just means it's plastic. It's like Swatch,
6 times lighter than stainless steel.
But it's like 6 times lighter than stainless steel. It's plastic, but bright light. But anyway, incredibly light watch that you can run the wrist. It's very accurate. So in 2 years after when he has to change the battery, he can't because he's a Gladiator. There's no batteries at the time. And he can spend 3.5 grand on it, which he doesn't have the money for. But I think this is great. It's light, wearable, waterproof if they're having these fake naval battles in the Colosseum. So I think it's just that. It's just a simple
Sure,
little...
anything is great.
No, I don't like it, but I'm thinking for the sake of a Gladiator...
Why would a Gladiator
it would make
need
sense.
a compass north, south, east, west?
Know which part of the arena, which gate he's coming
Exactly. So if they know where the sun is, they go, okay, the sun is here, let me set it. Oh,
Yeah.
I know, the line is coming on the east gate.
Let's get the line to
And
the
then you're
sun in the
ready.
lion's eye to give him a
right.
bit of a
That's right.
tactical advantage.
Thank you,
So,
Dad, for saving me.
very good
I'm
choice.
going to be on his side on this.
Very good choice on that. And I like some of their modern design on Breitling. I think they're super cute and really pretty.
I love Breitling.
I like Breitling as a company because they're really lovely people. I mean, I even went to the boutique in the airport. I just talked to one of the dealers there, and he just gave me one of the watch books,
Breitling's
just
amazing.
like that. And just like, I have
Every
the hard book cover.
dealership, they're
So,
so friendly, so
Yeah.
knowledgeable, so caring, and they produce some incredible, really good watches.
yeah, that's very nice.
So,
That's my pick.
what's your Gladiator wearing, Max?
So, my Gladiator pick.
So, I wanted to get the meanest, toughest watch you could get on the market under a certain price because gladiators aren't exactly the richest people in the world. I almost wanted a watch that you could utilize as a weapon itself. And I think that what I'm going to show is going to be one of the most deadly watches we've ever presented.
And this is why. This is why I wanted
Seamless
to pick
production.
a watch that you could basically bash your opponent in the head with. And that is why I went with...
Tuna.
No,
It's not a tuna?
it's not a tuna. It's more badass than a tuna.
Oh, it's okay.
That's not
This
a tuna.
is the Seiko Prospect Street Series Urban Safari. This is essentially a big block of metal
Yeah, it's a tuna case.
with a watch inside. The reason I picked this one compared to, let's say, a more traditional tuna is that the tuna's more about diving. This is more about wearing it in the streets. The color of it matches the sand that they would fight in the Colosseum with. The strap, I think,
can't
is
see it.
more appropriate, so it's sweat-proof. It is a big, thick, tough watch you could bash your opponent in the head with if you lost your weapon. It is. I don't think I can think of a tougher-looking watch, to be honest. I'm happy to hear suggestions.
Richard Mille.
Richard Mille.
With the compass in it.
Richard Mille. I wore one from a friend.
Yeah.
And it fell on the floor, and the f***ing thing detached.
We were talking about the Expendables 16-1.
I don't think that's tougher than this
Yeah.
watch because
No,
this
right,
is
a
a
big piece of
pure
metal.
block of metal.
But that's a tuna case.
I like your thinking in terms of how you got to the Seiko. I do the only downside, I think, a little bit of splashes of blood on that strap.
Clean it.
Really work.
Plastic.
Yeah, it's plastic, yeah.
You
You
can,
can
so
clean
it's
it.
a rubber.
Yeah, it's rubber.
Is that rubber?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Looks like material. Very cool.
That's not
So
bad.
I think, Max, we're on a kind of very, very similar theme here because I'm now thinking of my
buy another
Gladiator
watch?
being on his flat-bottomed
Did you buy another watch again?
flat bottom boat
You did.
and a naval with all the regatta flags, and so therefore it had to be.
Ah, there you are. Did you know they used to fill the Colosseum with thousands of gallons of water? And they would have naval battles with flags flying everywhere. That's why, for my watch, But the Gladiator, I've chosen something that will be perfect in that aquatic environment. Perfect to show that great regatta and something truly, truly reliable, ready for battle. Those who are about to die, we salute you. And now, back to the episode.
Psycho Regatta.
Seiko.
Leave them be.
Seiko Regatta. The Psychos. The Seiko Regatta. And the bright colours. Of course, it's waterproof for you. You're going to need with the lovely oyster and
it comes with the
bit of
plastic.
exhibition base cap. Yeah, so this strap is going to change.
It's ready to resell.
The heavy metal straps aren't for me, but I just thought that would be absolutely perfect.
Super
And then
cool.
did you know like the Seiko 5, what the 5 stood for? Let's see if we
Five
can go through it.
features.
5
Design
features, which is
We don't.
Automatic.
yeah, automatic.
We don't know. It's
Day.
speculative.
Correct. Date.
Date.
Correct.
No, day and date.
Yeah.
So it's two.
Correct too.
Looks cool. Like from what was his name? Who said that?
It's
Water
cool.
water
It's
resistance
resistance.
is 3.
And looking cool.
we don't know.
Durable case is 4, and the 5th one is
Looking cool.
look at it, a recessed crown, and that's what the Seiko 5 stands for. There you go. So that was a kind of a remake of the.
Let me see it. Let me see it first. Jesus, you're impatient, Charles.
Oh man, remake of the 60s. This particular one, and 41-hour power reserve, and there you
Isn't this
are.
called like-
So
isn't this the
in the
rally?
regatta, flying all those flags, going around the flat
Oh, it's
bottom
nice
boats.
colours,
This
isn't
would be the one that.
I think we did an episode about pet peeves about the prices of Seiko going up.
Yeah.
But putting that aside, because you can still get fantastic Seiko 5s in the market for a good price, it's really cool.
Yeah.
They've got so much personality. It's generally bang for your buck.
Yeah, it's good fun. Yeah.
And there's no secret. It does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Says what on the tin,
It
innit?
says
And for a keen
That's what it does.
for a keen rower to have the regatta watch, that just has to be done.
Yeah, it's cool. Is it the regatta or is it the rallygraph?
That's the regatta.
It's called the regatta. Word for word.
Word for word. That's the regatta. Hence
Okay.
the bright colours
I
on the
love
inside.
the rowing blazers do.
Yes, that's right,
they do one
really
so
nice
that- yes.
collabs that are really.
That's right.
good. But this is
Except I'm told they're a pop group and nothing to do with rowing.
Yeah, I know. That's what I told him because he's looking at it. He said, "Oh, it's rowing blazers. I should get it for rowing." And I was like, "Yeah, but it's nothing to do with rowing."
Yeah, but Fred Perry is technically just about fashion, but you think of tennis when you think of Fred Perry, you know. So it's brand association is important.
Okay, so there's our Gladiator. And now we're going to move to the Senator. Elliot, what's your Senator wearing?
So,
Do a Roman salute, and then you can show you.
no,
what-
I'm not doing it.
So, my pick, I would think for a senator, you need something that's dressy, that's classy, it's maybe a haute horology, and also, even potentially, I had maybe some opinions looking at the current presidents and what they're wearing. So, let me know what you think of the pick I had. Yeah.
So, as we all know, politicians and anyone working in all our presidents and stuff, they're all crooks anyway. So they probably have a lot of money. So this is where I'm going. But I thought, let me find what presidents are wearing, and maybe I can find something that maybe a senator would wear.
I see. Interesting.
So I went with my
strategy.
favorite president, Trump.
So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one.
It's not true. So I picked the Vacheron Ultra Thin,
wow.
1968.
Holy Trinity.
Maybe you can see it there. So this is Trump wore this in 2016 in some of the elections, but I think it's really cool. It's one of the what is it called? The
Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity, yeah.
There's one of the Holy Trinity. It's a brand that's even older than Patek Philippe. You know, it came out in 1755, and they're actually the name's Cabotier
150 years
because they
older
used
than
to work
Rolex.
in. Is it 150?
150 years
Oh,
older than Rolex.
60.
Yeah.
Oh, they-
So really are
Yeah,
incredible.
but they're the cabotier because they used to work in the cabotier. It's like these
What is a
small
cabotier?
rooms. It's like these small rooms. They used to be underground. So
Cabotier ou cabimotier?
it will be written on the screen.
So we're talking 12 to 40,000 and 40,000 above.
Yeah, this is a very expensive piece, but I think It's square, like a lot of the buildings, as we know, the Senate, they were sitting in squares.
That's good.
So that's my association.
Elliot, you
That's
couldn't
good.
even figure that one out.
It's dressy, it's gold because it's the steel with all the pilgrimage and stuff. And I think it's a fantastic watch, clean design. Yeah,
Superb.
It's what a
I
Senator
have
would wear.
complications.
To me, it's what a Senator would wear.
It is. It's just a more expensive version of the new Swatch, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you want.
If you
Yeah.
want to get the vibe. But no, piece is quite nice.
Okay, Max, Senator.
Am I next?
What's your pick?
Okay, I took something a little bit more crazy, I think. It is, if I have to make a 5-watch collection where no limit on money, I am pretty sure this is one of my 5.
Okay.
Which means I'm pretty sure, Elliot, you'll know what I'm talking about. And hopefully you find this one interesting. Because I think you would appreciate what this is.
Now, although the senators enjoyed the recreational habit of watching people murder each other in the gladiator arenas, there were also people of calmness, of philosophy, of romanticism. And what I wanted to do was pick a watch that kind of incorporates all those elements into one, whilst at the same time using certain techniques that you'll see on the dial that might be reminiscent of Roman architecture.
And so that's why
What an
I picked Crayon. Crayon is
Incredible
this brand
style.
that was basically started by a watchmaker / engineer, and it is a hyper complicated watch.
It's gorgeous.
Hyper complicated watch.
Yeah, wow.
You basically, what you do is you this watch is used to calculate ephemeris, which is the rising of the sun and the lowering of the sun. This is adjusted all around the world because at every point around the world is different, and you can manually adjust this. You can ask a watchmaker to manually adjust it.
Yeah.
There are a lot of romantic elements. So this version is the only watch version that they produced. The movement that I'll show in a bit won, or the watch itself won in 2018, the Innovation Award from GPHD. Say what you want about GPHD, to still get an award is an amazing feat. And what I absolutely love about this is that this is a painting that is inspired. It's basically the Soleil Levant painting in a mosaic form. So this is Claude Monet's work in a mosaic form. They did it for Only Watch. And who does mosaics more than the Romans?
Yeah, good connection. Very, very good connection there. Stunning
Senators?
watch. Yeah.
Yeah. They have big houses and they want their watch to resemble their
Mosaics
house.
are perfect.
And just to show you guys really quickly,
Case back, well.
this has a special type of finishing that's called Côte de Neuchâtel, because the man who started the practice was in Neuchâtel. And you can see look how these go.
It's just so nice. It's like waves.
It is unbelievable. And this tool right here is what you adjust. This very simple tool to change the rising of the sun and the lowering of the sun, which again is hyper dependent on where you are. And what I absolutely love about this is you can set it to your country, or you can set it to a special event. Like let's say if you got married in a certain country and you remember proposing when the sun goes down, you set it for that, and then that way you always get remembered.
Smart. That's quite nice. And they use quick release. A brand that actually cares.
There you go.
So as long as you don't upset Caesar, I think what we're saying here as a trend is much better to be a senator than it is to be a gladiator.
I
think that's without a doubt.
So for my senator, I've gone vintage, of course, naturally. I've also taken a few of your cues, but I've gone rectangular to match the columns of the Colosseum. So I've gone for a rectangular watch.
The columns of the Colosseum.
And also, in terms of between the two, in terms of and in terms of course being a senator, I've gone for a loaded gold.
Senator Maximus, I don't claim to be a man of the people, but I do try to be a man for the people. For my watch, for the Senator, I've chosen something rectangular to match the architectural designs of the Senate House. I've also gone for something that's non-branded, non-marked. The senators are above bribery and corruption, a hint perhaps for today's politicians. And ultimately, I've chosen something with luxury, oozing gold not only in the case itself, but also inside the watch. Senator, back to you.
So this is actually a gold watch. This is, and you'd recognise this, this is my grandfather's gold watch who was very famous that during the war he had a furniture factory in Old Street, and he basically turned his furniture factory to making gun butts. And for Enfields, and this is his watch. Now, actually, what's interesting is I'm saying this is my favourite Senator watch, but actually have no idea who made it. It's a vintage 40s hand wine and great story. We'll get the back open for you just afterwards and show you. But inside, not only is the casing gold with the hallmarks, but inside the watch movement is absolutely minuscule, and it's surrounded by one great big square gold emblem, which I thought would be absolutely perfect for a Senator. So that's my Senator choice.
You should wear that around London.
Yeah, you wouldn't get robbed at all.
With the new Rolex strap guard that you can put on.
Yes, they chop your arm.
You have to show me that.
Yes, you lose your arm, but they can't get the actually which what's that.
That is really nice. That is so fantastic that you still have that and you've kept it. I hope you.
There we go.
When you need it, that's so cool.
Yeah, never get rid of it.
Still works. Very, very fragile when you take the back off, but still works. Still keeps reasonable time, and I'm sure you guys will be getting that at some stage. So there we go. Fabulous episode in Rome. More exciting things of Rome to see. Remember to
Subscribe
and comment. It's great to see you all. See you again.
Arrivederci.
Ciao. Ciao bella. Ciao brutto.